It's so wonderful to see you in your new home. How does it feel to be married to a rich wife?
Excuse me, Raven. I have to take the baby upstairs.
Hey, you don't have to be hostile. We haven't seen each other in months. I mean, maybe you'll like me now. You know, people change in 6 months.
Raven, you never change. You're just as big a pain as ever.
Draper, I just wanted to tell you how happy I was about you in April. You two are the luckiest couple in the whole world, and you're particularly lucky because if you didn't come back when you did, Julia might have had a new daddy.
What did you say?
Didn't April tell you? She's so painfully honest. Or I thought Logan would. You don't believe me, do you? Well, just ask them.
Listen to me, Raven. You're not welcome in this house. Do you understand that?
Draper, it's not their fault. You were dead, she was alive, Logan was lonely, so they fell madly in love. I'm telling you, ask them.
You never change, do you? You're always looking to cause trouble. But there's always a reason when you do it, Raven. I'm just wondering, what is it this time? Are you trying to hurt Logan or what?
I think you're being unfair. I'm heartbroken over Logan. You wouldn't believe what your coming back has done to him. Have you seen him lately? Have you seen the way he looks at April?
Get out, Raven.
Should have kept my mouth shut, but I'm sorry. I thought you knew.
I'm taking the baby upstairs. When I come back, I want you gone.
That's all right. I promised your housekeeper I would be home in a few hours.
Go home, Raven. Get out of here. I don't ever want to see you here again, understand?
Draper, you will get over it. Just like April will get over Logan in time. Sorry.
Hi.
It's amazing, isn't it, how much that carousel has come to mean to us?
Yeah, it's played a big part in our lives. Carousel at picnic. Carousel at Playland Park.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. I missed you. Baby was good company, but I certainly missed you.
Did she give you any trouble?
No, perfect. She fell asleep right on my shoulder. I took her upstairs, put her to bed. She's still sleeping. Did you see Emily?
Yeah, not for very long, though.
Any recognition?
No, I was warned before I went into the room that she probably wouldn't even acknowledge my presence, let alone hear what I was saying, but... Well, I'm glad I went anyway. I'd like to believe that she took some comfort from my being there.
I'll have to get over and see her as soon as I can.
You sure you're okay? You don't still have a headache, do you?
No, I'm fine.
Well, I sense that there's something wrong.
I had some company.
Oh.
Raven paid her last unexpected visit here.
What do you mean by her last visit?
We had words. I told her she was never welcome here again. Do you object to that?
Well, it's just that I'm not so sure I want to alienate her at this particular time because of Logan.
Logan. Yeah, she mentioned him, too.
Well, what did she say?
Typical Raven. She said that you and Logan are in love. She said the only reason that she told me was that she was sure that I knew it. She was positive that you and Logan would have told me by now.
Well, what did you say?
I threw her out.
Well, I guess I should forget about our meeting this evening. She was probably not feeling very friendly, and Lord knows I'm
April. Is it true?
Well, Draper, you know that Logan and I were very close. He was your best friend, and he was also one of the prosecutors that sent you to prison and put you on that train.
He felt responsible, so he wanted to take care of you.
I'm sure he
Look,
felt
I can understand that, April. But I want you to be honest with me. Look, it's not as though you were unfaithful to me. I was gone as far as you were concerned, dead and buried.
Well, maybe there was something. What? Is it so unusual? I mean, look at the particular circumstances.
I can see it happening.
Think of Logan, what he was going through. He was suffering that whole business with Raven and losing his...
I'm not blaming you, April. I'm not blaming anybody. I just wanted to know what happened while I was gone. I don't want any details. I just wanted to know what you were feeling. What people were feeling. And what you felt.
All right. But does it matter how I felt? I mean, isn't it important how I feel now?
Yeah. Yeah, it certainly is important.
Mrs. Sherwood, I'm home.
Mrs. Swift, shh. You're longer than I expected, so I tucked Jaimie in.
You're kidding. You put him to bed?
And I gave him a bath. He really needed a bath, Mrs. Swift.
Why, Mrs. Sherwood, you are an angel, and April is the luckiest mommy in Monticello.
It's Miss Sherwood. Mrs. Swift, I'm not married.
Well, you're so good with children. You better tell April I just might steal you away from her.
I'll be going now.
Oh, just a minute. Let me get you something.
Oh, no, that's all right. Mrs. Scott pays me very well.
Huh. You know, if you're ever unhappy in that penthouse...
I'm quite happy. I wish I could say the same thing of your little boy, Mrs. Swift.
Everybody is always telling me how to raise my own little boy. Hello.
Hello, Raven. It's April. I hear you were over here earlier. I'm very sorry I missed you.
Well, yes, I had a few minutes free, so I thought I would go say hello to Draper. Yes, I know. Well, the reason I'm calling is to tell you I'm very sorry, but I'm not going to be able to make our date this evening.
Well, you know, that's okay because Mother's going to stop by in a little while and she's going to pick up a few things, and I'd like to kind of have a little mother-daughter talk with her, you know.
Fine. But we will see each other soon, okay?
Okay. Bye-bye.
I thought you'd do that. But it doesn't really matter because this is going to be a little tea party for two.
You sure he's a police officer?
Why, aren't cops allowed to be talented dancers?
Oh, well, what do you think, Chief? How am I doing?
Well, you're getting there, Calvin. But if you're gonna get a lot better, you're gonna have to work out a lot more.
Well, it's kind of hard, you know. My time really belongs to the Monticello PD, and there is nothing I can do about that.
Well, I think you're a terrific dancer, Mr. Stoney. Or should I call you officer?
Well, actually, the title's detective, but why don't you just call me Calvin?
I'd like to dance with you sometime, Calvin.
Well, sure, Jody. That is, whenever the coach says so. One thing I learned in the police academy is always do what the coach says, right?
Right.
See you two later.
See ya. He's so much better than I am.
Yeah, he is.
Do you have to be so brutally honest?
Look, he's had a different level of training and experience than you, that's all. You've got a long way to go. But when you're there, you just might be the best one around.
With your help, of course.
Mine? Or somebody else's? Which reminds me, did you read the contract I gave you?
Yeah, I read it.
Well, what'd you think?
Sort of makes my life belong to you, doesn't it?
It does nothing of the kind. It deals only with your dancing.
Yeah, well, my dancing affects my life. According to your conditions, I can't go anywhere or do anything unless I have your permission first.
Those conditions only apply to your training schedule, to what I think is good or bad for your career. But if you don't like the agreement, forget it. Forget the whole damn thing.
Don't say that. Come on, I'm thrilled about the whole thing. Nobody's ever done so much for me.
So you think that you don't have to do anything in return, is that it?
You want to control everything I do with my life, practically.
Am I asking for any fees?
No.
Am I asking for any part of your future earnings? I just want to make sure that when you start with me, that you don't give up on me in some whim.
You even want to control my social life.
Jody, I don't care who you see or when you see them. But I do want to be consulted about your social life because it directly reflects your dancing.
Oh, does it really?
If you ran off and eloped, yes.
Oh, don't be silly. I'm not going to do anything like that.
Or if you got pregnant.
Gavin, I don't believe you.
All right, look. I don't want anything that you don't want. If the contract's too tough, we'll change it, all right? Mm-hmm. Excuse me. Can I help you?
Yes, my name is Dorn. Hello, Jody.
Oh, hello, Mr. Dorn.
Don't look so surprised. I just thought I'd drop by and see what the great attraction was that brought you here every day. I hope you don't mind. I knew that Jody came here every day before reporting to the Unicorn, Mr. Wiley. And as I've always had an interest in the arts, especially the performing arts.
I see. Well, I'm sorry, we don't usually have spectators in here, Mr. Dorn.
I just thought you might make one exception for Jody's employer.
Gavin, it's all right.
Well, she was just ready to call it a day, weren't you, dear?
What a pity. I was hoping to catch a small glimpse of her talent.
It's a pretty small talent.
I don't believe that for an instant, Jody. Please, do something.
I'm sorry, Mr.
Gavin,
Dorn, but we're...
please.
Give me another.
Come on, mister. Come on. Now, what are you saying? Now, it's only 6:30 and you're already in the bag.
Well, I like to start early. Early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy,
And drunk. And that's what you are.
Okay. Just give me another little one for the road.
Okay, just a little taste, huh? Look, this place attracts a lot of young people. So I don't, a bunch of young kids.
Kids?
And I don't want you setting any bad examples, you get
Hey,
me?
kids set the bad examples. Stinking kids. Feel like they own the whole world.
Hi, Charlie. How you doing? Hi. Have you seen Mr. Dorn?
He's not here yet, Kel.
Oh, well, I have to talk to him about some important changes in the music programming.
What the hell is that?
That's Mr. Disco.
Huh?
Say hi to the gentleman, Mr. Disco. Where? He doesn't have any manners today, I'm sorry.
He's real cute. Hey, you come here often, little fella?
I live here, fella.
No kidding. I tell you what. How about if I buy him a drink?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, Mr. Disco doesn't drink, but thanks anyway.
Looks pretty dry to me.
Maybe some other time, man. See you later.
Hey, what's the matter with you? Ain't I good enough to drink
guys
with?
cut it out, huh?
Here, how about a little of that?
Crazy or something? Cut it out, will you? Come on, Kelly, what are you doing? Come on.
Help me!
You crazy? What are you trying to do? Kill this guy? Trying to kill him?
Mother, you can't just walk out like this. Will you please just talk to me?
Oh, Raven. We've said enough unpleasant things to each other.
That's the whole point. I think there are some good things we could say to each other if you'll just stay and have a cup of tea.
I really don't know, Raven.
Mother, it may be months, years before we see each other again. Do you really want to leave on this note?
No. Not really.
Well, good. I'll go get the tea. Mother, I don't want you to think that I'm going to argue about the will, because I'm not. It's your money. You can do whatever you want with it.
Oh, thank you.
Forgot the sugar. I also want you to know that you're wrong about one thing. I do want Jaimie. The fact that his inheritance doesn't come to him until he's 21 doesn't make any difference to me. He is my son, and I'm going to fight for him.
I admit that surprises me. I thought you'd be more than glad to give up custody now that he's nothing more than a burden.
Yes. Children are such burdens, aren't they? It's the way you always made me feel.
I did nothing of the kind.
Yes, you did. Especially after... Never mind, I shouldn't talk about it. Would you like some sugar?
Yes, 3 spoons, please.
My goodness. You still have your sweet tooth, don't you? I wish I had your metabolism. Maybe I do. Maybe I inherited that along with your feelings about children.
What feelings? Are you trying to tell me that I didn't care for you as a child?
Maybe you did a little bit. Till Daddy died.
No. That wasn't true.
Yes, it is. I always felt you blamed me for Daddy's death.
That was the other way around. You hated me after he died. Oh, he adored you so much. Too much. You always felt the wrong parent died.
How can you think that? I was only 6 years old. You have no idea how Daddy's death affected me. And I needed you. And you weren't there for me.
Raven, I tried to take his place.
I didn't want you to take his place. I wanted you to take your place. I wanted you to be the mother you never were. And that's why Daddy spent so much time with me, because you were never there. You were always out with your friends or charities.
I'm afraid your memory is faulty of those days. How could you possibly remember at that age?
I remember every moment. I remember every lonely moment of the year my daddy died. And I remember how you sent me to that school.
You were 7 years old when I did that.
That's right. I was 7 years old. Old enough to take care of myself in the world, wasn't I?
Oh, for heavens, don't cry about it.
I'm not crying.
Raven, you mustn't think that I didn't love you. When your father died, it was a great loss to me, and I couldn't handle it. Perhaps I did neglect you. I'm sorry, Raven. I really am. I'm sorry that it...
I don't know who that could be. Oh, Derek.
You were expecting me, weren't you?
No.
Yeah, obviously not from the look on your face. Raven, we made this date. I didn't see you had your mother here. Hello, Nadine.
Oh, that's perfectly all right, Eric. Actually, I have to go.
Well, can I give you a lift somewhere?
No, thank you. I have a car parked out front. Goodbye, Raven. I'll call you before I leave.
Raven, what's the matter?
Don't talk to me. Just don't say a word, okay?
Hey, come on, sit down. Sit down. Tell me about it. This private war you're having with your mother.
Well, my mother is going away to London soon, and I might never see her again.
Well, what do you mean? London's not Mars?
You don't understand. My mother is a very sick woman.
So those were tears in your eyes,
No.
weren't they? Raven, come on. I can still see them.
I didn't think anybody could ever make me cry.
But your mom did.
No. My daddy. Better clear those dishes.
Want me to get that?
Yes, please.
Hello?
Hello, is this Raven Swift's residence?
Yes, it is.
Chief, is that you?
Who is this? Calvin? Calvin, how'd you know I was here?
Well, I really wasn't calling to talk to you. I was calling to talk to Raven, but I suppose I can tell you and you can convey the message. It's not pleasant news, I'm afraid.
Oh, would you like something?
What is it?
Well, tell her to come right down to Monticello General. There's been an accident, Chief. Her mother's car swerved off the road and ran into one of the bridge supports over on Jefferson Avenue.
Oh, my God. I'm just talking to the woman.
Chief, you better hurry. Maybe her last time to talk to her mother. I really don't think she's going to make it.